Hello, traders. FS Collector here. Today is Friday, so TGIF. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody had a pretty good week. So yeah, TGIF. It is Friday, so thank God it's Friday. Not too bad of a week, really. A lot of dollar news this week for sure. If you look, we had definitely had some pretty good dollar news. We had CPI. Today we had some pretty good news too, which really didn't have that big of effect. Next week we actually have a lot of news too, but not really for the dollar. Next week is a big news week, but definitely not for the dollar pairs. We got some really important Canadian news next week. We got CPI for the CAD next week, definitely a pretty good one. Retail sales is definitely not that big of a deal for the dollar, so really wouldn't we pay much attention to that. But we do have Powell's talking on Monday. Tuesday we have CPI for the CAD pairs. Wednesday we have CPI for the pound pairs. And then we have unemployment rate and unemployment claims for the Aussie. That's a pretty decent one also. Average earnings is a pretty decent one for the pound. And then we have interest rate next week for the euro. And then on Friday we got a little bit of news. We got retail sales and Canadian retail sales. So we have a decent amount of news next week, but definitely not for the dollar. It's going to be a pretty slow, I'm sure the dollar's going to move next week, but definitely not because of dollar news. There's really nothing on the calendar, but we have some good news in other places for sure. So, anyways, yeah, I like to start off. Hey, Chrissy, hey, Skywick, Robin, Zen, how's everybody doing? Carl, nice to see you guys. Thanks for stopping by. So, as usual, we're going to look at the US dollar analysis first because I'm a big believer if you know what the US dollar is doing, then you pretty much know what to do on all the US dollar pairs. And I've been spouting about this big wave 3 for a very, very, very long time now. You can watch my videos from months and months ago. And I've been talking about this wave 3 pretty much ever since it turned up here. And I think it's finally playing out as planned. I definitely still think this right here is a wave A. I think this right here is already completed in A, B, C, or B. I think this is a 1 of C. I think this is a B, C, 2 of C. And then I think we're in a subdivision of a wave 3 right now. So that's a 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, 4 of 3, 5 of 3, which is one, well, it's actually would probably look a little more like this, tell you the truth. Yeah, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of what I think is most likely a wave C. I do think this is one big ABC correction, and I definitely do think it's going to go back up, but probably more likely in 2025 is when that's going to happen. Until then, I think we are in a downtrend on the dollar pretty much all year. Wave 3 right now. So that's good news for us, definitely. It's good news because if this is a wave 3, this should be a very, very strong trend. Nice clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down for sure. I think that's a subdivision 1 of 3. I think this is an ABC, which I think is a subdivision of wave 2 of wave 3. And I think it's a very, very clear we're in a wave 3 subdivision of wave 3, which is actually a subdivision of wave C. So subdivision 3 of 3 and the subdivision of wave C. Kind of a mouthful, but yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of clarity to it. So I got my Fibonacci extension on here now just to look for areas of resistance, but I definitely think the dollar will eventually go down and take out these lows, probably eventually go down and take out these lows just like I was showing on the weekly time frame. So moving down to the 4-hour time frame, we had a couple of Zoom meetings this week. I do Zoom meetings every single day of the week, and man, we called it perfectly this week. At the CPI news way up here, it really looked like the dollar was in a wave 5, and it really looked like it was going to go up. But because of how we know to look at correlated pairs, we know how to search for clarity. At the dollar news, I told everybody this week at the CPI, I said I'm going long on the euro dollar, even though the euro dollar's been up all week. And bam, big push down. I mean, it really looked like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sure. It definitely looked like 5 waves. But because, like I said, of correlated pairs and because of the clarity on the higher time frames, I knew that there was a good chance this was going down. And man, this thing has been going down all week. We've been sorting the dollar pairs. So if anybody is ever interested in checking out my membership, it gets you access to all these members chats right here where it says members chats down. But right here where it says swing trading, these are the trades that I provided to my group this week at the time of entry. If anybody wants to go through and pause the video, you can definitely do so. The trades that I took during the news event, you had to be in the Zoom meeting to catch those news trades. But all my Zoom meetings are recorded, so you can, anybody can go through and rewatch them if they're not available. Any trades that I take during the news, I don't put in the swing trade tab. I just tell people in the group at the time of entry. But these are the trades I provided. I am a swing trader, so it's not like there's dozens of them. I probably average around 10 trades a week, maybe 10 to 15 trades a week. So if anybody wants to pause the video and check out those trades, definitely do so. Before we get started, I just want to mention that I do have a membership at fxpipcollector.com if anybody is interested. It is only $30 a month. It's a very, very cheap membership. It comes with these Zoom meetings. With most of these Zoom meetings, especially the New York Zoom meeting, I have it starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that way we can watch the US dollar news release at 1:30 in the afternoon or 8:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, I do 9 Zoom meetings a week. I also have a trading course, 35 videos long, and every single swing trade I take, I share with the group at the time of entry. And then during these Zoom meetings, if I see a news events entry and you're in the meeting, I tell everybody, look, I'm going long, I'm going short, this is my stop loss. So all my swing trade entries I share with the group, all my news event entries I share with the group at the time of entry with stop loss. That's why I like to call it learn and earn at the same time, because my main goal is for people to learn how to trade. But while people are learning how to trade, I want to make sure that they can make some money, hopefully, so that way, it's a lot easier to learn if you're earning. So you can follow along with my swing trades, you can follow along with my news event trades, take my trading course, attend all my Zoom meetings, and yeah, like I said, if anybody is interested, it's only $30 a month. The link is in the chat and in the description of this video. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be. The dollar is definitely going to make some pullbacks along the way. There's no doubt about that. The dollar will go up a little bit here and there, but I'm extremely, extremely, extremely bearish on the dollar, just like I have been. Like I said, definitely go back and watch some of my old videos, because this is something I've been talking about for months now, which is wave 1, wave 2, subdivision, wave 3s. So you can go back and watch my euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar videos from months ago, and you can see I've been talking about this wave 3 for a very long time on the weekly and monthly time frame. Especially on the higher time frames, I've been getting a lot of people saying, "Where's this wave 3? Where's this wave 3?" Well, when you're talking about the weekly, monthly time frame, it takes a while, but boy, wave 1, WXY wave 2, subdivision 1, subdivision 2, wave 3. So hopefully you've seen my top-down videos, so you know what my target is. I'm not going to do the higher time frame analysis, but definitely wave 3 on the weekly, monthly on all the dollar pairs, including gold, except for gold I think is a wave 3 of wave 5. Hopefully, like I said, you've seen my daily videos on that I do on the dollar pairs. I do a lot of videos every day. So definitely make sure you like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So anyways, yeah, definitely. So I think it's very clear this is a wave 1 subdivision, wave 2 subdivision, wave 3 subdivision of wave 3. So wave 3 of 3, which I think this is a wave C also on the monthly time frame. So wave 3 of C. If this really is a 3, I mean, yeah, there's definitely going to be some pullbacks on the daily time frame, but it is definitely going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows on the daily time frame. So don't be expecting that the daily is going to make these huge pushes down if this really is a wave 3. We are approaching the previous highs. According to the Elliott wave books, where a wave 1 subdivision is most likely to end is at the previous highs of wave B, wave X, or wave 4. So there's a pretty good chance that this could go down coming into next week and start a pretty decent sized correction, but I wouldn't count on it at least until we get a break of structure. I think that this probably is going to make a decent pullback at some point, but wave 3s are supposed to be the biggest, strongest waves of a trend, and it very, very easily could just continue to make those higher highs, higher lows without making a very substantial pullback. So, like I said, I called the news perfectly this week. Right here is where the CPI came out, and it looked like it was going to go down. And I told everybody in my group I was going long on the euro dollar right there, 2 minutes before the news came out. Probably not even 2 minutes. I said I'm going long on the euro dollar, small position, because it is a news event. And man, that was a perfect entry. I was kind of thinking this move up right here was a wave B. I thought it was going to go down, make a wave C before it went up, but I didn't really care anyways, because I'm actually still long on the euro dollar from way back here. So my entry was right here, so I was thinking it was going to make an A, B, C before it went up, but pretty obvious now that this was the wave A, this was the wave B, and this was the wave C. So Very, very profitable week, definitely, especially with the euro pound trade that we took to the short side, man. I made 4 to 1 risk to reward ratio on the euro pound this week, shorting it. And like I said, if anybody is interested in checking out my membership, these are the trades that I've taken this week. This is my euro pound trade right here, euro pound trade. I took it on the 10th. This was my stop loss entry price, and I just got out today. Almost a 4 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Very good swing trade for sure. So yeah, we're gonna do the pound dollar next. Then we're gonna do gold, and then I'm gonna start taking requests from people in the chats. So yeah, let's see. I need to show you guys these weekly, monthly time frames just really briefly so you can understand. And like I said, please watch some of my videos from 2 months ago. I've been talking about this wave 3 for so long now. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 of 3. I literally think that the euro dollar and the pound dollar are going to continue to trend on the daily, weekly for at least pretty much all year long, is what I predict, which is great news for us if it does. I think this is very likely a wave 1. I think this is very likely a wave 2, subdivision of wave 3. So 1, 2, 3 of 3, just like the euro dollar, which is actually a 3, 3 of C. I think it is either an expanding flat or a running flat on the monthly time frame. So wave 3 on the daily, wave 3 on the weekly, subdivision 3 of 3, which is our subdivision of the wave C. So a lot of subdivisions going on here, but boy, it is very, very, very clear. I'm gonna work on some multiple time frame because we're so clearly in a wave 3 of 3 of C. I can do a projection for the wave C on the monthly. I can do a projection for the wave 3 on the daily, and I can do a projection of the wave 3 of 3 on the 4 hour. That's what I'm going to do this weekend, at least on the euro dollar and the pound dollar. And that, if I line all those projections up together, I should be able to come up with some extremely accurate projections going into next week, which is going to be good. Like I said, there's definitely going to be some pullbacks along the way, but we're not at a Fibonacci level. There's no break of structure. Trend is up. Especially when you're talking about the wave 3, a trend is definitely your friend. And you definitely need to continue to trade with the trend for sure. Like I said, I didn't go long on the pound dollar, but I went long on the euro dollar. Right here before the CPI news came out, I said, everybody, I'm going long on the euro dollar. Even though it looks like it should go down on the 1 hour time frame, because of clarity on the higher time frames, we knew what to do. And we caught this thing perfectly this week. Extremely good week for us, for sure. So yeah, anyways, definitely still looking for longs on the pound dollar. Definitely still looking for longs on the euro dollar. I think gold is in a wave 5 right now of wave 3, very clearly. I think most of you guys have probably seen my full top down video, but my target is at least the 161.8. Wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 on the monthly. So going down to the daily time frame, it probably is really an A, B, C, D, E like I originally had it a few days ago. A, B, C, D, E. But either way, I don't really care how you count it. I just think that it makes kind of sense for this to be subdivision 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3, like 3 of 3, and then this is actually an ABC of 4. And yeah, most likely in a wave 5. Oh wow, crazy, really? Nice. I would build a position on that baby and just hold on for the ride. Try to build some longs. So I definitely think we're in a wave 5 right now on gold, for sure. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, if anybody watched my video this morning on gold, I said I'm looking for a Fibonacci bounce for an entry to go long. I mean, we might have some more resistance at the 78%, but yeah. When you're in a wave 3 on the higher time frames, you have to trade like the trend is your friend and just keep on entering. I mean, I do admit this move down definitely looks more like a trend than a correction, but I mean, nice 61% fib bounce, nice and positive golfing up, nice break of structure. What a perfect entry to go long on gold today. Awesome trades today for sure. Really all week long. Very nice trades this week. And like I said, if anybody is interested in joining my membership, it is only $30 a month. I try to keep it as cheap as possible because I want people to feel like it's very affordable. And while they are learning to trade by taking my trading course and attending my meetings, hopefully you can earn and learn at the same time by following along with all my swing trades and any trades that I provide to the group at the time of entry during my live Zoom meetings. That's why I do Zoom meetings during the New York and London session, because that's when all the good news comes out, is during the peak New York and peak London session. So we can watch the news together and enter trades together, enter and exit trades together. So, and the best part about the community is people share their trade ideas. So it's it's very, very good. I think teamwork makes for dream work, especially when you're talking about trading. The more, I've been studying Elliott Wave since basically 2009, but sometimes a brand new trader will come in the group and they show their analysis, and I'm like, oh man, that guy is 100% right. Look at that. He's definitely right on that. So it doesn't take an expert to shine some light on a pattern sometimes. That's why I really encourage people to share their charts, share their trade ideas, because teamwork makes for dream work when it comes to trading. So my Discord channel itself is actually 100% free to join. The link is right here on the video, but it's also in the chats and in the description. Last month I did a 100 USDT giveaway. I gave away $100 to a member of my group. It doesn't matter if you're a free member or a paying member. So I will be doing that again this month. On the 31st is interest rate for the US dollar. So during the live stream that I do for the interest rate on the 31st of July, I will be giving away 2 giveaways this month. I haven't started them yet because they only allow you to go out 2 weeks. But I did a giveaway last month where I gave away 100 USDT, and this month I'm doing 2 giveaways. I'm doing another giveaway like this, but I'm also doing a secret giveaway, which will be revealed at the end. I know what it is, and my admin knows what it is. But the second giveaway is a secret giveaway because I don't want people to try to cheat. So I will be doing 2 USDT giveaways this month. So definitely, all you have to do in order to win is be a member of the free community and interact with the community, and just be a part of the group. So definitely join my Discord group. It is 100% free to join, and I do monthly giveaways. I'm going to probably start doing these 2 giveaways per month. So definitely 100% free to join. Nobody has to pay a dime if you do not want to. 100% free to join. Definitely join up. Go to the giveaway channel. Make sure you keep an eye on it so that way you have a chance to win the giveaways that will be at the end of the month. So anyways, I'm definitely very bullish on gold. Definitely looking for more longs. Anybody following along with my videos probably already is long. Again, man, a lot of people got trapped in shorts this week, but anybody that has a half a brain to them definitely has been looking for longs. A lot of people have been trapped in shorts, I guarantee that, though. I can't quite see the top. I think Carl or Skyrick had requests, and because of that little thing I got on the top of my screen, I can't see if somebody put a request in at the beginning. I think it was the Aussie dollar. The first request I see is the pound dollar, but I already did that. So Zen was next on the US dollar Swiss. So I will start taking requests from the audience now. So definitely if you have something you'd like me to look at, I already got a pretty good list going. So let's get started on that. Yeah, US dollar Swiss. Now every single thing you see on this list right here, I do cover in my live Zoom meetings, and I do look for trades on every single one of these pairs, except for I don't trade the Kiwi CAD because my broker actually doesn't offer it, and I don't trade the Kiwi Swiss because my broker doesn't offer it, but basically everything else on the list. And I honestly don't trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. I might start trading crypto at some point, but right now I don't. But everything else on this list I do cover every single day. I look for entries, and these are the swing trades that I look for, is this full list right here. So anyways, US dollar Swiss. Yeah, I'd consider the dollar Swiss more of a Swiss pair than a dollar pair. I definitely think the Swiss moves the dollar Swiss more than the dollar does. I think this is very clearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down, either a wave A or a wave 1. I think this is most likely a wave A right here of B or AB or of 2. This is 3 waves down so far of either a B. And I think we are very likely to bounce off one of these fib levels, which it could be the 50, the 61, or the 78. Probably more likely to 60, but either way, whatever it does, it doesn't matter to me. I'll be able to recognize it when it happens and go up for a wave C. And this is either an ABC of B or an ABC of 2. And then probably down for either a C or a 3. Hey, Menu, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. Yeah, doing good. About ready to start my weekend after this. Looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm definitely calling this either an A, I'm definitely calling this a B, and I think this is a C. We don't have a break of structure yet, so we can't really prove that it's over. I mean, it's probably more likely to go down to the 61% before it actually does continue up. So depending on what time frame you're looking at, you could definitely continue to look for shorts. But if it just keeps on going up, I mean, it might have already ended a correction here, maybe. I kind of feel like it needs to go down more. I kind of feel like, yeah, it might go up, but it's probably more likely an ABC correction to the downtrend. But the trend is definitely up, basically up on the higher time frames, so that's what I would expect to see out of that. Yeah, Euro Pound, that was definitely the trade of the week for me. Euro Pound was an amazing trade for me this week for sure. Very, very, very good trade. This was a trade we were talking about in the group, but actually one of my members is the one that said, look, it looks like the Euro Pound is turning. And then I looked and he was like, yeah, the Euro Pound's turning. So this is why teamwork is so important. This is my best trade of the week, and actually one of the members of my group was the one that pointed it out to me. So big shout out for Steven on that. Stefan, I mean, from Sweden. That was an awesome trade for sure. Best trade of the week for me. Very, very nice. And yeah, I actually think it's not over yet. I did take profit because I think because it took out this low that it probably is going to make another pullback, and I didn't really want to sit in it, but I think it's going to go down at least to the 78.6. It's probably going to make a pullback first, but definitely think it's going to go to around the 0.83, whatever that is, 0.83832. I think there's a pretty good chance of that. So yeah, I'm still looking for shorts. I think there's a good chance it's going to go up probably the next couple of days, but I definitely am going to continue to look for shorts. Definitely still looking for shorts on that. Let's see. I think I missed. Where are we at here? And the Yo Aussie. Yo Aussie has been pretty sideways, huh? We actually spent a lot of time in the group this week going over the Yo Aussie. I do think there is a possibility that this does turn up in a big way, but I still feel like it may end up going down, taking out that low first. We don't have any break of structure to the upside yet, so the daily time frame is definitely still down. Kind of seems like it needs to make a 4 or 5 before it turns, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before it turns. That's kind of what it seems like to me. Yeah, I was thinking that it might pop up, maybe even retest this line up here. Kind of seems like it needs to go up a little and then go down one more time and then go up again, like a 3, 4, 5. I'm definitely still primarily looking for shorts because of the fact that the daily time frame is definitely still in a downtrend. So I'm definitely still looking for shorts. It kind of seems almost like it needs to go up though, doesn't it? Before it goes down. Like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Maybe go back up to this area up here and then end up going back down afterwards. Definitely seems like the more likely scenario for me. Aussie dollar for Skyrick. How's it going, Skyrick? Nice to see you. Man, the Aussie dollar went from being one of the strongest currencies to, at least today and yesterday, is not really all that strong compared to the other ones. But just like the other ones, I definitely think we're in a subdivision 3 right now for sure. We're closing above the 78% too, which is, actually we're not really closed yet. We got another 4.5 hours until the market closes, but I think it's definitely going to take out the previous highs for sure before we see too much of a pullback. Definitely looking for longs for sure. This is another one where I actually did kind of think that it was going to go down before it went up. I didn't actually trade this today anyways, but it did kind of look like it was going to go down before it went up, didn't it? It looked like it needed to make a complete ABC. But this is often what happens when you're in a wave 3 on the weekly and monthly. You'll go down to the 1 hour and you'll be like, man, this is an A for sure. This is a B for sure. It needs to go down and make a C, and then I'm going to go long. This is what happens when you're in a wave 3 right here on the higher time frames. It never makes a wave C and it just boop, keeps on going up. Just little shallow corrections like right here. You would have expected this to be a B, you would have expected a C, and then you would have expected it going up. But instead it just made a little pullback and it just kept on trending. So that is why it's going to be so important over the coming months to remember that the trend is your friend. So definitely remember, trend is your friend for sure. US dollar yen on the weekly, monthly, yeah, for sure. The Bank of Japan did another intervention yesterday during the US dollar CPI news that we had. So that is why the yen pairs turned down so hard. I've been looking at this as definitely a wave 5 for sure. I mean, I think it for sure is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it looks like an extension of wave 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 5. So I totally agree with anybody that thinks that it's getting close to possibly going down. I don't really. It's hard to tell whether this is the real turn or not because on the very high time frames we still don't have a bigger structure. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, and then it looks like a 4, then it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it definitely looks like it could just start a downtrend. I definitely do not disagree with that. It definitely looks like a subdivision 5 of 5. I mean, even the wave 5 of 5 has 5 waves. So I don't disagree that it looks like it could be over for sure. I just don't see any break or structure to prove it yet until you get down to the 1 hour daily. And on the daily, to me, it still kind of looks like it could try to pop up one more time, probably trap everybody. I still feel like this might go up one more time. I actually tried to go long. I got out pretty quickly because I saw it going down again, but I did try to go long again today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still think it needs to go up one more time before it goes down in a big way. But it's a pretty big push down, and honestly, it could just keep going down. And the daily time frame is currently down because we do have a break, so you should be looking for shorts. So this is why trend following is so important for me because my analysis, Elliott wave analysis, has me going up again like that. But my structure analysis currently has me looking for shorts on shorter time frames. So if I'm looking for shorts on shorter time frames and my Elliott wave analysis is incorrect and it just keeps on going down, but I'm looking for shorts, is that going to bother me at all? Am I going to be mad that my Elliott wave count was incorrect? I know I definitely ain't. I'm not going to be. I got my Fibonacci retracement on here. I'm definitely looking for a fib bounce. If this thing makes an engulfing move up at a Fibonacci level, I am 100% going to go long again. Otherwise, definitely looking for shorts. Like I said, the daily has turned down. I tried to go long right here, and it went up a little, and then I got out when it started making an impulsive move down. So I didn't want to mess with the Bank of Japan. They definitely have been throwing a lot of money at this to try to make it go down. So definitely don't want to go against them. Last time I think it was 2.2 billion yen on the last push down that they did up back here about a month or two ago. Right here. No, I'm sorry, not right there. Right here. It was 2.2 billion yen it cost them to do that, and it didn't even stop the trend. It just kept on trending up. I think it was 2.2. I might be not wrong, but it was something like that. It was a lot, definitely a lot. And they probably did at least that on this move down too. So because of the yen basket. I think it just needs to go up one more time. I don't think it's just going to keep on trending up. I think it needs to just go up and make a wave 5 like this, wave 5, and then down. And you know what I think? The euro dollar needs to do? I just went through the euro dollar. I think the euro dollar needs to make a wave 1 of 3, down for a wave 2 of 3, and then up. So while the dollar yen goes up, the euro dollar will probably go down. And vice, you know what I mean? Down for a wave 2, up for a wave 5. They are the opposite. They totally are the opposite. They can go in the same direction, but definitely they should be the opposite more times than not. While the US dollar yen goes up, the euro dollar I think will go down for a wave 2. Then I think the euro dollar will go up for a wave 3. At the exact same time the euro dollar is going down for wave 2, I think the US dollar yen is going to go up for wave 5. And then the dollar yen is going to turn down. And then the euro dollar will turn back up. So they are the opposite more times than not. They definitely are 100% not oppositely correlated, but it seems like it might crash down at some point, definitely. I think it's going to be a little bit, but it seems like it will. Definitely looks like a wave 5 of 5 on the higher time frames. Like I was just showing you guys. The weekly monthly definitely looks like a wave. Definitely looks like a wave 3. Definitely looks like a wave 4, and then it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we got a fifth wave extension. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth wave extension for the wave 5. And honestly, it may be going down already. It might have already turned. But I think it needs to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 5 of 5 and then turn down. So I think it might turn it, depending on what it does, it might turn at 162, or it might literally just go up one more time. 162, 163. I don't really think it's going to go past 164. It definitely could, but maybe not by much. And honestly, it might just keep going down from here, but for now, that's definitely what I'm looking at. Now, let's see. US dollar, yen. Let's see. Pound dollar, we already did that. Let's see. Where are we at? Natural gas. I think that you have to realize, though, I think the euro dollar is in a wave C. I think we're going up on the euro dollar. But if it's a running flat, it will definitely go down again. A, B, C. I do think the euro dollar is going to go up, but I think it's a wave C. I think sometime in 2025, it's probably going to turn down in a very, very big way. Probably do something like what happened right here, a very, very, very big dump. Probably sometime next year. Maybe this time next year we'll be talking about a big short on the yen, on the euro dollar. Natural gas. Let's go to natural gas. Natural gas is a really good one for ABC corrections, man. It makes some awesome ABCs. I would expect this to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I would expect this probably, if not already, to start a move up. But the move up is very likely going to be a correction to the move down, like a wave B. Then I think it's going to go down to either retest to 61 or maybe to 78% for a wave C, and then I think it's likely to go back up. I think it could still be a wave 1 and a wave 2. I still think it's eventually going to take out this high over here. I think it just needs to make a big old ABC before it does that. Probably sometime in the fall. We don't have the breaker structure up yet, but I think this breaker structure right here will probably be enough evidence. Definitely looks like 5 waves down for sure. This is going to be the evidence that really proves that it's over. The break of wave 4. So if it goes up, breaks wave 4, then most likely it's a wave A or B. And it'll probably make a wave B or B, and then probably up again for a wave C or B. This downtrend is probably a big old giant wave A. Let's see, taking it to the 1 hour time frame. Until you actually start getting a break of structure, none of that is even confirmed. So just keep in mind that none of these things are confirmed until you get a break of structure. And actually, this structure up here is the one that's really going to prove that it's over. This structure break right here really doesn't prove that it's over. And honestly, this actually does kind of look like 5 waves up now I look at it again. Wow, actually, I actually think that's a wave B, actually. And I think this might go up all the way to here, but it's probably a wave C of 4. Actually, now I look at it again. Down for a 5. Wow, yeah. That's definitely what I think it is. 3, 4, 5 of 3, 4, 5 of wave A. Let's see, where are we at? Yo, Swiss. I was hoping for a nice pullback on the Swiss pairs, but I'm not really sure if it's going to do it. I definitely think this is the end of a wave C right here. I definitely think it's going to take out the high. I'm hoping it would go down a little bit and give us a proper entry like a wave 1 and a wave 2. Is it going to do it? It might not. It might just keep on trending, honestly. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. I still am hoping that, I mean, honestly, it does look like three ways down and continuation of the uptrend, but I'm still kind of hoping that this is a wave A and this is a wave B, that it's actually going to go down for a wave C, and this is like a wave 1 and this is a wave 2, and then it goes up for a wave 3 is what I hope happens. Whether or not that actually happens, the market may have different ideas. It may just keep on going up. I'm just hoping for a decent pullback like a wave 2 so that way we can get a nice wave 3 entry. So I'm watching this actually pretty closely because if it goes down and breaks structure, it's probably going to confirm wave B, wave A, down for wave C. If it does not do this, then continue to look for longs. If the series of higher highs, higher lows continues, then continue to go long every chance you get. If it does break structure, then most likely it's telling you that we're going down for a wave C. So follow your structure and you should be all set. Time for some water. Alright, so where we at? We did Euro Swiss, US dollar CAD I think is next, right? I think I missed the dollar CAD for Skywick. Maybe I did, I don't know. Okay, let's see here. I think the dollar CAD I might have missed for Skywick, so I'll do that one next. I'm hoping that this is a wave 3 too, but boy, the dollar CAD has been painfully sideways. Over 2 months now. Until it actually breaks out of this box, it's hard to say that it really is going to go down, but I still think it looks like a wave 1 or wave 2, and I still feel like because of the dollar it should go down for wave 3. But it still kind of looks like it wants to go up a little bit more before it goes down, honestly. It still kind of looks like it needs to go up and make a crutch into this, and then go down later on. It still looks like this is an A, a B, and a C to the downtrend. And especially if the other dollar pairs start a pullback. I mean, we have pretty much no dollar news next week besides retail sales and PAL talking, so I think it would be a really good week to make a correction on the dollar. I think next week's going to be corrective for the dollar. I still feel like this is probably I still think this is probably a wave C, and then it's probably going to go down again. Like this is an A, this is a B, that's a C. So I do think that most of the dollar pairs probably are going to correct next week, and while that happens, this will probably go up also, make a wave C before it goes down. Definitely seems like it. US 30. I do analyze all these indices every day too. We've had some pretty good trades on them. I haven't traded them much this week, but those indices produce some really nice trades sometimes. I do with the S&P, Nasdaq, the US 30, the UK 100, the EU 50, the DAX, and the French 40 every day. And I look for swing trade setups on all of them. Originally, I was definitely thinking that this was going to go down, but the market definitely proved that it wasn't. I was definitely thinking that right here, I was thinking this was a wave 1 and a wave 2, and I was thinking it was down for a 3, 4, 5 of C. Not quite like that, but 3, 4, 5 of C is definitely what I was thinking. And then up for the continuation of the uptrend. But the market proves you wrong sometimes, no matter how long you've been studying Elliott wave, which is fine by me. I don't really care. I just follow structure anyways. So A, B, C, higher high wave C. That's the only thing to happen. Pretty obvious this is an uptrend now. Once it made this higher low and went up again, it was pretty obvious that it was trending up, but definitely wasn't obvious at first. I'll be the first to admit that. Definitely an uptrend. Definitely looking for pullback entries. Look at some of these entries too. 1, 2, 3 ways down, go long. 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 Guess what I'm doing? 1, 2, 3 ways down. I'm looking forward to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. Don't overcomplicate it with a bunch of Elliott wave labels on your shorter time frames. On the shorter time frames, literally the only thing you're doing is looking for continuation patterns. That's the problem. When most people they learn Elliott wave, they think they need to apply it to all time frames and just like always have a label and everything. You don't see any Elliott wave labels on my 1 hour time frame, do you? There's a reason for that. Because on the 1 hour time frame, I'm literally doing nothing but looking for 1, 2, 3 in the direction of my higher time frames. 1, 2, 3, okay, go long. 1, 2, 3, yeah, long. Okay, 1, 2, 3, yeah, long. 1, 2, 3, yeah. I don't need no Elliott wave on these sort of time frames. All that's gonna do is overcomplicate it and confuse you. Let's see, US dollar CAD for Skyrick, pound CAD. This is a one that definitely kind of tricked me a little bit too, to tell you the truth, because we had a perfect 5 waves up. I did try to go short right here, but wasn't really too big of a deal. Nice, perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. Every Elliott wave is, I can find Elliott wave patterns on every single time frame from the monthly to the 15 second, 1 second if you really wanted to. The problem is you don't need to find Elliott wave time frames on the time frame you're looking to trade. It's useless to look for Elliott wave patterns. Elliott wave is for your roadmap time frames. If you're trading the 1 minute time frame, I could. If you erase, and that's another thing too. If you erase the time frames and you sent me this picture right here, and you said, okay, what time frame is this? I wouldn't know this was the 1 minute time frame. The 1 minute time frame is exactly the same as the 1 hour. It's exactly the same as the 1 day. It's exactly the same as the weekly and the monthly. It's the exact same patterns on every single time frame across all asset pairs. I'm just saying that you're wasting your time if you're trying to count every single time frame. Whatever time frame you want to trade, go to the higher time frames, spend all your time analyzing those higher time frames, go down to the shorter time frames and do what? Pullback entries. That's the only thing you need to worry about on the shorter time frames. Who cares about Elliott wave on these short time frames? People way overcomplicate things when it comes to trading. The easier you trade, the easier you make it, the better off you're going to be. So this one was a little tricky though, because it was definitely a motive wave correction. I was definitely expecting this to be a wave A. I was definitely expecting this to be a wave B and go down for a wave C. Not a big deal in hindsight, because once we had a break of structure, we were primarily looking for longs anyways. We had the break of structure way down here, so from that point on, we were looking for longs. It's just right here we had a Fibonacci bounce, so right there I went short. And then I got out. I had a stop loss way out of the way. I got out someplace up here with a little bit of a loss. That was one loss I did take this week. But you know what? Don't really mind admitting my losses, because that's what real trading is like. Wins, losses, and everything in between. Definitely bullish though. Guess what I'm doing on the 1 hour? I'm not trying to count it, that's for sure. I'm looking for three-way pullbacks to go long. 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 Just follow your higher time frames. Follow your roadmap. It's my old mentor used to say your roadmap is like if I dropped you off in the middle of a country you'd never been to without a cell phone and without a map and you can't speak the language, you'd be pretty lost. But if I dropped you off in a place you didn't know with a map, you would be fine. So without your roadmap, you're lost. What's your roadmap? Your roadmap is your higher time frames. You don't need to worry about Elliott wave on the shorter time frames. Just look for continuation patterns. Let's see. The dollar yen. We already did I'm not gonna do pairs again. I already did the pound dollar, euro dollar. Pretty much all the dollar pairs I think we've done now. We did the pound CAD. Let's look at Bitcoin. I just made a video for Bitcoin, but I see somebody requested it. I've been doing videos for Bitcoin and Ethereum every day, Monday through Friday. I definitely think Bitcoin is in a wave 4, but I think it needs to go to the 50%. But we definitely had a 38% fib bounce. it definitely could end the correction right there and go up. How are we going to know if it's going up? If you can identify the end of a trend for the wave C, then you've identified the end of the whole correction. So if you know how to identify the end of a trend, you also know how to identify the end of a correction. Going down to the daily time frame, yeah, we do have that fib bounce, but is there a break of structure? Is there an end of a trend right here anywhere? Definitely not. Which means, yeah, you could definitely be looking for longs on sort of time frames, but you have to keep in mind that this move up is very likely to be a correction to this move down. Very likely. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, I think this is a wave A, I think this is a wave B, I think we're going to go up probably for a wave C. I would keep a very close eye on my fib levels. If you get a nice fib bounce, especially if you see a break of structure, that would be my next short. Then if it goes down to that 38% I was showing you on the weekly, turns back up, breaks structure, then that is definitely the end of a wave C. If it doesn't do that, but instead continues to make lower lows, lower highs, then you definitely need to primarily be looking for shorts at that point. But right now, we're in a correction, so if you're trading the shorter time frames, what should you be doing right now if you're trading below the 1 hour? You should be looking for longs on pullback entries. This is most likely a wave A right here. This is most likely a wave B. We're most likely going to go up at least to the 61, maybe to 78. And guess what? If I'm wrong about this being an ABC correction, but I'm looking for long entries, is that going to affect anything? Am I going to be mad that I was wrong that this was an ABC? If I'm looking for longs and I'm wrong about this being an ABC, it would, if anything, I would be more profitable. So that's why I always say Elliott Wave is definitely my primary tool in my toolbox. But Elliott Wave is really only for my higher time frames, the shorter time frames. It's basically structure analysis and Fibonacci analysis. Let's see. I think I caught up. So we could take another quick look at the euro dollar. A few people asked about the pairs I've already looked at. So the euro dollar is definitely in an uptrend. The trend is definitely your friend. I do suspect that next week we probably will start a wave 2. But that's just a speculation. It could easily just continue to make higher highs, higher lows. What would I be doing right now on the 1 hour time frame? Looking for 1, 2, 3, go long. 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 ABC, go long. I'm not trying to count these waves on the 1 hour. I'm trying to count the waves on the daily, weekly, monthly, maybe 4 hour. That's why, like I always say, I don't even label anything at all on the 1 hour time frame. I don't label anything at all really below the 4 hour time frame at all. No Elliott wave is necessary in my eyes. Yeah, there's perfect patterns everywhere on every single time frame. I totally agree with that, but I don't think it's necessary to label everything on all time frames. I'm looking for three-way pullbacks to go long unless the higher time frame tells me otherwise. Definitely still looking for pullback entries to go long, 100%. Pound dollar. Pound is extremely strong ever since we had those elections. Very strong. What am I doing on the pound dollar? I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, go long. ABC, go long. This is a running flat right here, so a little bit more tricky, but 1, 2, 3, go long. 1, 2, 3, go long. Running flat. 1, 2, 3, running flat, go long. What am I doing now? Looking for 1, 2, 3 entries to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. And gold. Man, what a nice entry on gold. Anybody that's following along with my videos is probably doing pretty damn good right now with their trading. If you watched my morning video, I said keep an eye for a fib bounce, keep an eye for an engulfing move to the upside. What a nice entry, huh? I think that gold is in a wave 3 of wave 5. Right now, I had to take a page out of my mentor's book. What's the strategy right now on gold? It's either be holding on to a trade that you're already in, looking for an exit, or to be sitting on your hands doing nothing, waiting patiently for another three-way pullback to go long. There is no entry right now. The only way you're going to get an entry is if you go down to like the 1 minute time frame and look for pullbacks. And I definitely don't do that, so I'm definitely not going to be doing that. So yeah, anyways, definitely If you have not done so already, definitely check out my Discord channel. It is 100% free, and I am doing 2 giveaways this month. Also, if you want, you can pause the video and you can take a look at some of the trades that I provided with the group this week. These are my swing trades. I also provided, a 3-4 day trades too during the news events that we had this week during my live Zoom meetings. If anybody wants to pause the video and check out some of those entries, you can definitely do so. You sign up by joining on my website. My website is fxpipcollector.com. The link for that is in the description of the video. fxpipcollector.com. It comes with a 35 video trading course. It comes with daily Zoom meetings, 9 Zoom meetings a week during the New York and London sessions. Starting at the London session starts at 8 a.m. UK time, GMT +1, or what is it, 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. And the New York meeting starts at 1 p.m. UK time or at 8 a.m. UK time, Eastern Standard Time. And the dollar news almost always comes out at 1:30 or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, which is why I start my meeting a half an hour sooner, so that way we can prepare for the news together. And like I say, I like to call it learn and earn at the same time, because hopefully while you're learning to trade, you can earn by following along with some of my news setups and some of my swing trade setups. That's why I like to call it learn and earn at the same time, because the main purpose is for you to learn the trade, but hopefully while you're learning, you can also earn. But either way, whether you want to join or not, it doesn't matter. It is only $30 a month. It's a very, very, very cheap membership. I'm not looking to get rich off my membership. I'm looking to get rich from my trading, so I try to keep it very, very cheap. And if either way, definitely join my Discord channel. I'm doing 2 giveaways on July 31st of this month. One of them is a normal random giveaway, just like I did last month. And another one is a secret giveaway that I'm not going to tell anybody about except for my admin, because I don't want people to try to cheat. But I'm doing 2 giveaways this month, and they're both going to be USDT giveaways, cash giveaways. All you have to do in order to participate in the giveaway is join my free, 100% free Discord channel, which the link is right here. It's also in the chats of the video and in the description of the video. All you have to do is join my free Discord channel. It doesn't matter if you're a free member or a paying member. Everybody has exactly the same chance of winning. Last month I gave away 100 USDT, and the month before that I gave away 100 USDT. I've given away free memberships. I've done all kinds of good stuff. So definitely join up. Share your charts, share your trade ideas, interact with other traders, learn, hopefully earn. And as always, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the weekend. And as always, thank